cameras. Everything looks good. Everybody's coming in right now. Carver's making their way to the inn, and they will be the home team right there, Mr. Pat.
Yes, they will. Carver is the top team in the bracket, so they get to be home team tonight. But the good thing about this game, it's one of 3 games statewide matching undefeated teams in the playoffs this weekend.
Wow,
Some's got to give. We have former Suburban Lakes League opponents here as well, and they've been playing non-league in recent years. This year they don't schedule each other, and what happens? Boom. They're playing each other in the playoffs. So amazing. It's amazing it worked out this way, and it's going to be a great environment. Dave Schaefer does a great job. We're at Lake, local for both teams. Fantastic.
Well, I'd like to thank Pat Eakin for sitting in with us here from the press tonight. Mike Jameson. I'd like to get some thanks out to IBEW, Local 8, UA50, Fast Track Performance, Wojo's Heating and Air Conditioning, A-Plus Home Improvement, Silver Moon Soda Grill, Genoa Bank, Gladio Do It Best, Snyder Sons Electric, Fairway Mortgage, some new people coming on board, Walt Churchill and Churchill's Markets in Maumee, and Perrysburg, Patricia Kovach, attorney at law, Troy Johnson at 4 Arrow Insurance in Pemberville, Front Street Cafe in Pemberville, Smooth Bore Sports Shop in Pemberville, and Gary Diefenthaler and DeSalle Realty out there on Navarre Avenue, Total Handyman, and of course Residential Remedies. So Pat, I am ready for this game tonight, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Oh, that's your cue to talk.
Okay. Yeah, I was trying to remember how this toss worked out. Carver's getting the football. We have some more local flavor in this game, not just being at Lake. Is Danny Steingraber is your referee tonight.
Yep, Danny's a good friend.
Yeah, and
we're excited.
This is interesting. There's a lot going on here. You have 2 offenses. Eastwood almost entirely running, 370 yards a game on the ground. Oak Harbor led by Jack Alexander, and
the kid can throw the ball.
Yeah,
we've seen him twice this year. He's just incredible. He throws the ball so well, and looking forward to a wonderful contest tonight here at Lake High School. And we get ready for the kickoff. That ball.
And that is Clay Schulte, and he's broken loose already. Gets up to the 35-yard line.
What a way to start.
Decent field position for Oak Harbor. We talk about Jack Alexander. He holds 6 school passing records. He's thrown for 3,172 yards in his career. This year, over 1,500 yards. Clay Schulte ran for over 1,000 years for the second year in a row. Clay Schulte is the Sandusky Bay Conference Player of the Year. And that's what Eastwood's up against.
1st and 10. Boy.
And Alexander can run. He's got 970 yards rushing, just 30 tonight. Get him over 1,000 yards, 15 touchdowns running. He's first team unanimous All Sandusky Bay Conference pick at quarterback and defensive back. 1,300 yards he's thrown, 21 touchdowns, no interceptions yet. He has not thrown an interception this year.
Well, that's incredible.
That is incredible.
Once again.
And I was very pleased to see Eastwood come back and defeat Liberty Benton last week in the second half and put on a great second half showing. Their defense stiffened up against a powerful program in Liberty Benton, which just dominates the Blanchard Valley Conference. Of course, they're the largest school in the conference.
Right.
Which I don't know how long that will last. But, Eastwood just did a fantastic job, and I think it just shows the grit that this Eastwood team has. And, there goes Schulte there, trying to get to the outside. And he gets about 4 yards.
Something you're seeing in Schulte, in the 2 games we watched when they played Rossford and also when they played Genoa. Schulte really handled the ball real well and did a lot of the hard running for the team. As they get ready, it's going to be about 2nd and about 6.
This Eastwood defense, 2 shutouts this year, just giving them 65 yards rushing per game. Not a lot of size, but a lot of, like I said, grit, determination. They play aggressive. We have a feature on Austin Nissen this week coming out in the press. Incredible. He's already a state champion, Mike.
Really?
Yeah, the Eastwood team won the state equestrian championship this year. So, and he's on that team.
Well, it's going to be a really, really good contest tonight. I see a lot more running already. It is windy. It is incredibly windy
and
out there
cold,
right now.
And cold.
Yep. And it's going to make a difference maker for him,
So Oak Harbor just moving the ball downfield slowly and steadily on the ground, just trying to chop out yards with Clay Schulte. And there he's got some running room. Schulte he's in for the score, Mike.
Wow.
Touchdown, Oak Harbor.
Wow.
Just like that. Just over 2 minutes into the game.
Yeah, you saw that was incredible what he was able to do, and we've got it on. We got the replay of it here. You got to watch this. I mean, just that little stutter step and was able to get himself in there and make that go. I'm gonna have to turn this so you can see that, buddy. They get ready to for the extra point here. Oh, Carver's quick on that.
Caleb Heinz on the point after. Senior kicker, and Rockets are up 7-0.
Yeah, they got
9:43 left in the first quarter.
And we'll be right back with more right here on the Toledo Sports Network.
For the holidays, make Walt Churchill's Two Markets your holiday headquarters. You'll find all the tasty, sure to please party trays and fixings to make your entertaining a great success. We specialize in USDA Choice, USDA Prime, and dry-aged Wagyu beef to ensure flavor and tenderness for any event. You'll find a great selection of domestic and imported beers, wines, and spirits too. Make Walt Churchill's Markets your holiday headquarters. Check us out at waltchurchillsmarket.com.
Because I'm not used to it all the time.
But you're doing a wonderful job.
Well, if I know what I'm doing, I'd be fine. So
7-0 right now. Mike Jameson along with Pat Eakin here at Lake High School, and 7-0. Quick.
Yeah, Rockets just marched down the field just like that. And it was all Jack Alexander and Clay Schulte on the ground in that big offensive line at Oak Harbor. And they do have a couple guys filling in for injured linemen, doing a great job.
Ball's on the ground now. Oh, nice. Cherry with the carry right there, and was able to make something out of nothing, and that's what they're going to have to do, playing from behind right now.
Well, Eastwood hasn't had the football yet.
Well, yeah, we're going to see what's going to happen right here.
Yeah, we've got Justin Pickerel, Emmett Getz, and Mason Glaze at running back. Jared McNulty's had a great season at quarterback. Justin Pickerel, a hard, strong runner, just runs with a lot of determination.
Yeah, they stopped him that time.
And stiff him up right there.
Yeah, big time. Big time.
Of course, the elephant in the room is Eastwood playing without Jaden Rayford, who is not playing because of disciplinary reasons. University of Toledo commit, so he won't be playing in this game.
There's that pass.
Yeah, and McNulty's got a nice arm. He doesn't have to throw a lot, but he can throw.
Well, that was just a really, really nice pass if you watch this too. Right on the numbers, and was able to get it out and get that first down. Thanking all the great people helping us out. Wow, it's just nice we've got this game set up for you here. 1st and 10. And they're moving the ball.
Oh, boy. And Oak Harbor just in there just like that. And Eastwood may have to, Eastwood, who has been pounding out yardage on the ground this year like crazy, 327 yards a game. And now they're facing a 2nd and 12. Pickerel has 1,700 25 yards on the ground this year. So to see Oak Harbor's defense stiffen up like that looks good for the Rockets.
Able to get outside there for a little bit. And,
Tackled by number 75, Reese Lockwood.
that was Emmett Getz, the sophomore, 6'2", 165, picking up about 5 yards, getting back down to 3rd and 8. A little bit more manageable, but not pretty
It does.
long.
It makes
It's
it tough.
I
Yeah,
think
that's tough.
they may have to throw here. And like I said, McNulty has a good arm. He's been successful passing this year. He's completed 42 of 66 passes. I mean, that's incredible. 63% for 797 yards, 13 touchdowns. So he's got an arm, and you can see it. And there goes Pickerel. And he doesn't get the first down. So they're facing a 4th and short at the 40-yard line. And it'll be interesting to see what the Eagles choose to do here.
and they got through on that real nice. But
Yeah, there was some blocking there, real nice blocking. And that's where this game's going to be won, in the trenches.
Yep. 4th and about 3 here for the Eagles.
And they're going. They're going. They don't have their punt. You might see a delayed snap here, trying to get Oak Harbor to come off sides. And it looks like Pickerel has a first down.
Very nice.
He goes left, off tackle left, and he gets the first down. Eastwood's still moving the ball. Converts on a 4th down.
And that's the one thing that Eastwood's been able to do all season, last season. Every time, they just keep hitting at you and keep hitting at you, and it could make for a long night.
Yeah, and Jack Alexander there on the tackle, and you forget about on defense. He's got 7 interceptions this year as well, and nice pass overhead, complete.
Wow.
For the Eagles, down to the 5-yard line to Emma Getz. Nice catch, just well thrown. And that's what I tell you,
Watch
McNulty's
this,
got a nice arm.
Watch this, buddy. I'll tell you what. He just incredible timing, good timing right there.
And he just throws that ball well. And like I said, he's completing 64% of the passes. And with Rayford and Pickerel in the backfield all year long, they haven't had to throw a lot. But when they do, they've been successful.
1st and goal right now.
There's Getz trying to find an opening. He gets maybe a yard.
Nothing that time.
Yeah, I don't even think he got a yard. I think he got back to the line of scrimmage. So you got Emma Getz, Mason Glaze, who's just an incredible ball player himself, and Justin Pickerel back there. And Pickerel's averaging 8.5 yards a carry this year. Glaze 5 yards and Getz 6 yards a carry.
And Pickerel. Oh, he stopped. He got stopped.
All right. Well, he's a little bit, a couple yards. He got it about 1.5 yards. Got down to the 3-yard line. Schulte on the tackle. Got a lot of two-way players on both these teams. We're talking Division 5 here. Schools that don't always have the enrollment to platoon everybody. They got good athletes anyhow. Why not use them?
This is true.
I would.
That's why we're up in the booth, Pat. You know that.
Right. Well, I would never coach. I'd have mutiny on my hands in a minute. He's going nowhere. Nowhere. And we'll see if Eastwood chooses to kick a field goal. Pickerel tried to find his way into the end zone that time.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't go outside a little bit more or something. Both times he went right up the gut. And, they're bringing a play in.
Wow.
So they're going to try and convert on 4th down again.
Well,
This would be a stand here by the Rockets if they can stop it.
Yeah, they called timeout.
I think there might be a flag. I'm not
Is it a
sure.
flag or?
Well, I don't know. Yeah, they're calling all sides against Oak Harbor.
Oh, wow.
It's on Oak Harbor. That takes it down to about the 1.5 yard line. That makes things a little easier for Eastwood. Yeah, they're on the 1 yard line. And, boy, they're trying to convert on the 4th down. It's going to take a stand here, and I don't think you're going to see a run at the gut here. I might be wrong.
Oh, there's your
Piccolo,
there it
and
is.
he's in.
You got it.
Justin Piccolo, 1-yard touchdown. Eastwood, 7-6.
Mason Glaze in for
Well, you know what?
Oh, it was Mason Clay scoring on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
What did you say? What did you say right before that? You said, they're going to have to go a little bit outside on it, and guess what he
Yeah,
does?
yeah.
Splits it out wide
Yeah,
open.
wide old big hole there for Mason Glaze.
Wonderful, wonderful stuff here. As
Connor Overhouse.
Eastwood gets that score on the board.
So Connor Oberhaus to add the extra point. So Mason Glaze had several runs on that drive. 5'9", 145-pound senior, not real big.
Did he get it? He got it.
Is true.
Yeah, it is good. It almost blocked, almost.
That's what everybody was saying up here when it went.
Right. 7-7, and
Tie ball game, folks. We'll be right back with more right here on the Toledo Sports Network. Stick around. Bankruptcy can stop wage garnishments, collection calls, harassment, lawsuits, utility shutoffs, evictions, foreclosures, just to name a few. The law offices of Patricia A. Kovach are dedicated almost exclusively to representing the people and businesses who are overwhelmed by debt. Is your debt keeping you awake at night? Call us at 419-787-2666. The law offices of Patricia A. Kovach. We are ready here. 7-7 is our score right now. Mike Jamison along with Pat Eakin. This beautiful, beautiful Saturday night. We're doing this. Game will air Sunday at 11 a.m. on CW 13.2. And I don't know there, boss. What do you think?
Eastwood did just exactly. There's a short, quick kick, trying to surprise, and they don't want to go to Clay. They don't want to go Clay Schulte either.
That was a little interesting.
Yeah, little. Yeah.
Like a punch kick.
Greg Rutherford coming up with a something a little different to kind of throw everybody off. That was pretty impressive. I like that. 33-yard line the Rockets will start at here at Lake Community Stadium. 4:15 left in the first quarter.
Down for the Rockets.
See if Eastwood can find an answer for this Oak Harbor offense.
Oh, nice little run right there for
Jack
Alexander.
Alexander find some room. It looked like there's several people could have had him, but he just kind of stumbled his way forward, and I don't think he's hardly even touched on that.
Nice.
I think he probably could have had more if he wasn't trying to spin and trying to break off some tackles.
3.
Looking at second and about 3.
So up front for Eastwood, you have on the defensive line, you got Austin Nissen and Max Bookman at defensive tackle. There goes Alexander again, and boy, he just broke loose. They can't.
Incredible.
Yeah,
Wow.
Eastwood's just trying to keep up with him. Big run for Jack Alexander, and he's over the 1,000-yard mark with that carry for the season.
Well, let's watch that again. That was just
Yeah, he broke
Boy,
a
he
couple
just-
tackles. There's a couple people trying to get him by the shoestring. Good blocking.
beautiful. Wish I could
Well,
run like
that's,
that.
yeah. Oh, you can, Mike.
There we go again, Schulte.
There goes Schulte. And these two guys have played football together since they were in about second grade.
Oh, I agree.
The
Yeah.
two of them and Tyler May grew up together. That's how long Coach Mike May has been here now. Originally at St. Mary's Memorial, which is where my wife and I got married, St. Mary's, Ohio, where my family's from, that area, originally.
Getting a little
Remember, there's more Midwest Athletic Conference here from that area. Clay Schulte's dad, Scott, played at Delphos St. John's
Jack Alexander on the kick.
and was the Division V Offensive Player of the Year. And can you believe a school like Delphos St. John's, a small school powerhouse, once almost cut its football program.
Oh,
When his class came up and kind of revived it in 1989 and won a state championship, and he was the D5 Player of the Year at St. John's.
wow.
That was back in the day when St. John's was the big school in Delphus and Jefferson was the little school.
Oh, Schulte
public
with it.
school.
Almost gets it in.
Wow, they have a very difficult time bringing them down. Schulte and Alexander, they just have a nose for finding space, and
Well, watch this.
they're getting the blocking too.
He's getting some incredible blocking right there, and
Yeah.
he's been able, and he almost was able to get that thing stretched out for the
They
touchdown.
have Eastwood outside, not by a lot, but enough.
We go first and goal. Schulte again.
Schulte's
Rocks
in. And you got to give credit to Oak Harbor's offensive line.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Defensive
definitely.
tackle, Gabe and Will Dowling, one of them is hurt. Defensive end, Reese Laughlin.
Boy, that was a nice, followed his blockers and was able to get right in there.
Yeah, left tackle and left guard, Gabe and Will Dowling. Center, Aiden Hall. Right guard, Reese Laughlin. And right tackle, Parker Smith. Just amazing. You're looking at 6'2", 265, 6'2", 270, 5'8", 185, 6'1", 250, and 6'2", 285. That's a lot of beef. So Heinz will go with the PAT conversion. No problem. Mike May is just doing an incredible job. Got the Rockets up 14-7.
That's our score, 14-7. We are 2:04 left to go in the first quarter. Right here at Lake High School. We'll be back with more on the Toledo Sports Network. Residential Remedy, LLC. We are your home inspection company, offering roof, foundation, structure, electrical, HVAC, and pest inspections. We also do many repairs. We specialize in minor home maintenance and repairs on electric and appliance repairs. We clean gutters, investigate and correct water leaks in roofs and basements, replace windows and doors, install siding, and insulate attics. Give Residential Remedy, LLC a call today. 14-7's our score. 2:04 left to go here in the first quarter. Mike Jamison along with Pat Eakin from the press. And appreciate you being here, buddy. We haven't been able to see too much of you here over football. You've been involved with Anthony Wayne a lot. And nice to have you here.
With the Maumee Mirror. It's been fun all year watching them. Tough loss last night to Olentangy Braves from Lewis Center, Ohio. They were without three of their top skill players, or else I think they probably would have stood much better chance of advancing to playing Central Catholic. I talk about Mike May and the job he's done. He told us at the press this year, I finally got Oak Harbor football back to where it should be. And if you remember all those years under Gary Quizno, that's what he's trying to build. And, he's been there quite a few years now, and he's acknowledging that, they haven't had championship seasons to the last two seasons, and now they are. And it's amazing what, I'm sitting here with a couple of officials from the district board that are from Woodmore and Gibsonburg, and it's amazing what the old SLL is doing. You're talking about the old SLL. Look at there, and there goes Pickerel down, and Eastwood just repeating the same thing. Oak Harbor, we might have an up and down football game here.
Well,
The Gibsonburg 10-0 somehow ends up ninth in the. I'm not going to go into all that. It's just, I talked to Mike Lee. It's tough. It's but Oak Harbor wins both of them SBC championships. Both of them former Suburban Lakes League schools. So
1st and 10 on the 45-yard line for Eastwood. They give it to Pickerel again. Is that Pickerel?
That's Glaze.
That's Glaze. I'm sorry. And that's a nice run.
Glaze down to 30, and Eastwood just answering just like that.
Yep.
And it's the skill players in these teams, and Eastwood. They may be one down in their offensive backfield, but I'll tell you what, they've got three, Glaze, Pickerel, and Getz, and you still got to stop this team. And Eastwood's, you got Craig Rutherford, and you got the former coach, Jerry Rutherford, who is his father is the offensive line coach. So, it's a lot of years' experience there in that coaching staff. Glaze held up. He got a few yards before he was stood up.
About 4 or 5. He went off the left side.
Yeah, he did. He had a
4 out
hole,
of
and
it.
he got stood up by the linebacking core.
4, second down.
Second down right now, and about 6.
Oak Harbor only had 5 league games in the SBC Bay Division this year. They beat a couple Toledo City League schools this year. Had a nice win over Rossford.
It's Pickerel right there.
They shut out Rossford, where Eastwood barely got past the Bulldogs this year. So if you're going to compare scores, it's a good one to compare. Right there.
Definitely.
I think Oak Harbor won. I think it was 35-0. Where Eastwood beat Rossford 35-33 in the final week of the regular season. Barely escaped with keeping an undefeated season.
1st and 10 for the Eagles right now on the about on the 21-yard line. Now they're going to get him.
Oh, wow. Who's that big man on that play? Wow.
Oh, they got Glaze on that one.
Yeah, Glaze is held up for a loss.
Schroeder.
Yeah. Well, so I think Will Dowling was in on that too. So Schroeder 6'3", 175. Dowling 6'2", 270.
Second and about 13. I don't think they're going to get a playoff before the quarter is over here. We're going to get ready for the second quarter. 14-7 is our score right now. Oak Harbor Rockets on top of the Eastwood Eagles, and we'll be right back with more right here on the Toledo Sports Network.
Different problems require different solutions. Seagate Roofing and Foundation Services has been solving water problems for over 30 years. We have the expertise to provide you with the best solution. Seagate replaces foundations, straightens walls, lifts sinking foundations, and waterproofs basements. Get your free estimate before you make a decision, because you deserve to have all the facts. We are the local experts.
244 LEAK Seagate.
Cleaning your gutters can be dangerous. Take it from Marty.
For 30 years, I've been climbing up that ladder, cleaning out those gutters. One time, I leaned the ladder up there, and the feet were on the deck. The deck was a little wet. Next thing I know, the ladder kicks out, and I'm hanging by the gutter, and I start yelling for help. After that occurrence, I called Gutter Helmet.
Call Gutter Helmet for an estimate. 419-475-0000. Get Gutter Helmet today, and you'll never clean your gutters again.
Keeping you out of the gutter. We're the Gutter Helmet.
Mike Jameson and Jameson's Mobile Music would like to talk to you about your entertainment needs for your upcoming wedding or special event. For over 25 years, Mike has made wonderful memories, one event at a time. Professional sound and lighting and video for your special event. Call us today for an affordable package for your special day. 419-514-1302. Jameson's Mobile Music and Video. At Maumee Bay Turf Center, we're on your team, providing quality stadium surfaces for area high school stadiums and the preferred product of the NFL and supplier to the last 4 Super Bowls and the NFL Hall of Fame. Your sports field construction specialist and a proud sponsor of high school sports in Northwestern Ohio.
A rewarding career begins with an apprenticeship in the piping industry. Our state-of-the-art training facility, combined with on-the-job training side by side with a journeyman, delivers the experience needed to become a professional plumber, steam fitter, or HVAC service mechanic. Avoid costly tuitions and student loans. Earn a competitive wage and college credit in an exciting trade. We are the Northwest Ohio piping industry, building the future through dedication, knowledge, and expertise.
Wow, look at all that snow out there. Good thing I had you go to TAS and get a remote starter for the car.
Whoops.
Guess who's going out and starting my car?
Yes, dear.
It's not too late. TAS Electronics has remote car starters from $199 installed, including bypass. Plus heated seats, just $149 installed. No one can stop the winter, but with TAS, you can have a nice, warm vehicle waiting for you.
TAS Electronics. Fuel power. TAS Electronics. It's hot.
About ready to start the second quarter, 2nd and 13 for the Eastwood Eagles. I'm sorry, Pat. I just completely, we're on the 29-yard line, and I was looking at the wonderful cheerleaders doing their thing. Everybody having fun here tonight, and I'm not cold. I'm not cold, so I feel real bad about that. Right now. Rich is cold, and Jay is.
For those that are outside, it's below freezing now. We started about 37 degrees just before kickoff. Ooh. And there, boy, I'll tell you, Pickerel trying to fight his way.
Didn't get much
for yardage, and don't count the Eagles out yet. 3rd and 13, but like we've seen McNulty, he can throw the ball.
Yeah.
They're definitely going to be in a passing situation here.
Just could not get away from it right there, and that makes it real tough. And that's that outside move that you want them to do that you've been talking about, because they haven't been able to do anything too much inside.
Well, and that's the thing. You got 3rd and 13 pass situation. Oak Harbor knows that, and they're sticking to the ground game. He is just stuffed. He is just stuffed, and that was 6'2", 265-pound senior Gabe Dowling that was there first, and then he had some backup come in, and I tell you, there was nowhere to go, and it's
what we call that. He's the human defibrillator right there.
And you would know, right, Mike? You would know what that means.
Wow! I'll tell you what, he took him up right, and and whew.
So how's that pacemaker working for you, Mike?
Hopefully it doesn't do a damn thing. That's what we want to hope.
Okay, all right.
As long as it's there, and if I ever need it, it's there. We're looking at 4th down and a lot. And he's going to pass it, and that's intercepted in the end zone.
And, boy, I tell you, I don't know if he had any check down or anybody else he could look toward. He went straight to the end zone without, and he was in double coverage.
Now let's watch that again. Great camera work here, and having our finally getting our instant replay working. Oh, beautiful.
And that's Jack Alexander with the interception, and that's, I believe, number 8 for him this year. He's always in the right place at the right time. And now he's going to come out and play quarterback. We haven't even seen him pass yet much. I mean, their running game is working so well. So
he's been incredible.
And he owns 6 passing records. Has thrown for over 3,000 yards in his career, including 1,300 this year. So, I mean, if Oak Harbor's running game even gets stifled, wait till you start seeing him go to the air.
He's got a heck of an arm. It's just he's an incredible kid. There he goes again. Another
first down for the Rockets.
It's very tough to stop.
36-yard line, first down for Mike May's crew, Coach May.
This. He finds that hole, he sits, he waits for it, and he's able to make some really good stuff happen with that.
At the 31.
31-yard line.
Woo.
Wow.
First down for
and
the
blocking what was there was just incredible. He wasn't touched. He didn't have to worry about breaking a tackle. He didn't have to face anybody until he was 10 yards out. Same thing with Clay Schulte. These two are great.
Fumble!
Oak Harbor advances even 3 yards.
Yeah. Yeah, let's watch
they're calling him down. He hit the ground.
He hit the ground. Here we go. Schulte's got it. He's just going off that left side so well and fell down, and the ball came out. But
on review, I think the ball was coming loose going down.
Could we do that on review?
No, we
can't
do that.
No, we're not going to do that?
We do have targeting penalties now in high school. I've only seen it called once this year.
All right. We've seen a lot of crazy stuff.
It's a tough call to make. It's we're not going to be the Browns and Steelers tonight or anything, but the NFL is becoming very difficult to watch. I got to admit, it's just I don't even recognize the game anymore. Play goes on. There's some penalty call for something I never heard of.
But we still buy the tickets and we still go.
Well,
and we still watch it.
I
when we drink our libations.
I'd rather watch this high school game.
I'd
rather watch Oak Harbor and Eastwood play. There's nothing better.
I totally agree with you, my friend. This is basketball. You know how I am with basketball, and basketball is going to be starting this Friday night. We've got some basketball coming up here. Matter of fact, we got some Oak Harbor basketball. How about that? They're going to be.
We got Toby Ledesma's crew taking on the Oak Harbor Rockets and Tom Contakt's crew. Assuming Mr. Contact is back at Oak Harbor this year. Alexander gets another first down for the Rockets.
Boy, I'll tell you. If there's something Oak Harbor has the ability to do so far in this game is control the clock. Now, Eastwood really didn't have to because they made things happen quick,
Yeah.
But Oak Harbor is just controlling the time numbers on this game so far.
Yeah, and they're keeping Eastwood's offense off the field. Now, Eastwood's mounted 2 nice drives. I couldn't finish the second one. Oak Harbor is looking to take a 2-touchdown lead. And I haven't seen anything from Eastwood's defense yet that tells me they can stop Schulte and Alexander from just getting 8, 9, 10 yards at a time. Plus, they're even breaking some tackles. They haven't had to, though. Their blocking is incredible.
Well, look at this. I mean, Schulte just has that way to.
Yeah.
He's able to get through there so well. It's just incredible.
I mentioned these linemen again, Gabe Dowling and Will Dowling. They had to go through some transfers, so they had to go through some transfer paperwork at the start of the season to get eligible for this part of the season. They were initially denied. Aiden Hall, Reese Laughlin, and Parker Smith.
That's another first down for Oak Harbor right there as Alexander slips through to get a couple. It's all he needed, and moving the chains again. They're moving them all now to the west side.
Okay, George Jefferson.
One of my favorite shows.
So do we have to pay license fees when I mention George
I don't
Jefferson's
think so.
name?
I hope not. I certainly
I
hope
can talk
not.
about anybody in television without paying a license fee?
I don't know.
Or music or anything?
Maybe they'd give us a warning the first time.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
that's it.
Cease and desist?
Uh-oh.
Oh, Alexander caught from behind, but he still
he
escapes and picks up 2 yards.
And that was a tough 2 yards for him, too, because that was more of an option, and he could have given that to Schulte, and Schulte probably could have made something else happen with that on the outside.
Yeah, it was
second and about 8.
It was Noah Henline that had him, the 5'11", 175-pound senior. We'll see him on the basketball floor this year. His grandfather, Dennis, once played on the 1966 Northern Lakes League Championship Eastwood team.
Wow.
Yeah. You wanted some history
You know
tonight.
everything.
You wanted some history before the night was over, right, Mike?
There you go. Alexander just pummels through right there, and gonna get another first down. Watch this. This is just great stuff.
Oak Harbor just dominating the line. Jack Alexander hasn't even had to go to his passing game, and when he does, watch out.
Yeah.
Because if they get to that point, and I don't know if Eastwood has an answer for this, because Oak Harbor's just going to keep playing the way they're playing. They're gonna, when it works, you just stick with it, and that's what I think Oak Harbor's going to do.
6:41 left to go here in the second quarter. 14-7. The Rockets on top of the Eagles. 1st and 10. On about the 22.
There goes Clay Schulte. Look at that speed.
Schulte's gone.
The speed is there.
Wow.
Yeah, he brings that athletic skill that his dad had when he played for Delphos St. John's. Brings it here and.
Watch this. Watch him.
Yeah.
Just bust through
there. And the speed he showed there. Just the speed.
Beautiful.
Got to the pylon.
Beautiful.
And now you got a 2-touchdown lead for Oak Harbor, which is going to be very difficult
in these
Eastwood
conditions.
To answer. Yeah, especially, too, when you have cold weather. And Jared McNulty, he's probably going to have to throw the football a little bit more. I'm sure Coach Rutherford is trying to figure out a game plan right now. You always got your halftime adjustments, and we'll see if Eastwood has any. You got 6 minutes to play in this half yet. 21-7.
21-7's our score, and 6:26 left to go in the second quarter. We'll be right back with more on the Toledo Sports Network.
Blackberry Corner on the corner of 579 and Elliston Road is a proud sponsor of Genoa football and has the best burgers, chicken, and pizza. You know the pizza. Everyone knows the pizza. Blackberry Corner also has charbroiled pork ribs and Jim's famous chicken dinners. Whether it's appetizers, pizza, or a full dinner, the great folks at Blackberry Corner can help fill you up and save you money. Stop out to Blackberry Corners on the corner of State Route 579 and Elliston Road for a meal or just a snack.
I got to tell you, Blackberry Corners, I've got the pleasure of eating there like 2 or 3 times there. Shelly and everybody that works out there, her daughter Tara that works out there, she's now my best friend.
Oh,
she's going to do my new TV show.
You have a new best friend.
Well, we're doing a new TV show. It's going to be called JMO's Journeys.
Just warn her that you've had a lot of new best friends.
I know. But no, I've got a lot of people, and JMO's Journeys is going to be on at 12:30 on CW Network on Saturday morning or afternoons, and we're just going to go around. You're even going to be on.
So too bad Blackberry Corners isn't open after the game. We'd be heading there, right?
Yeah, I got to edit tonight. I have to edit. I don't have a life. I have to edit.
Just the food sounds good.
I know.
Is there something we can work out to?
We'll see here as Eastwood gets a ball.
Yeah, short kick by Oak Harbor this time.
Kickoff return by number 45, Gage Mike.
Well, this is that time now where Eastwood's going to have to do.
Yeah, this will be interesting now because they moved the ball well last drive, and then they just kind of ran into a brick wall there at about the 25-yard line. So that was Gage Mike that took that kickoff back, 5'11", 270-pound junior, starter on defensive end. And he also will be at tight end here in this set, and we'll see if McNulty looks for what they try to do differently. I don't think they do too much differently. They're moving the ball. They just and there's some yardage right there. That's
Number 12, Emmett Getz on the carry.
Are you seeing how this works?
off the right side. It was Emmett Getz.
Well, we had a clock there, but somebody's standing in front of our clock.
Oh wow, clock standard.
I try to put things in a way that nobody. I figured no one will get near it.
They're
you
like
know,
they're like
and,
waving in front of it. That's
yeah.
Wow. They want to be on TV pretty bad.
Yeah. Well, that's just their backs.
Right.
There it is. There it is. There it goes. There it goes. There it goes.
Yeah.
Can you?
Well, it's kind of like a disappearing, reappearing clock.
This isn't Fox Sports or anything. You know, this is JMO Sports. You know, the Toledo Sports Network. And sometimes we make a lot of mistakes. Well, you know, we make a lot of mistakes, but that's okay. That's okay. They got their first here, first down, and 10 for the Eagles. And they're going to give it to that's Pickrell.
Yeah, it's Pickrell, and he stood up big time. He even had a couple guys trying to get the ball from him.
I think the second he got the ball is when he stood up. Watch. He's already up. They got him. Yeah, they got him right there.
They got right through.
Yeah, that's all they could do. That's all they could do. Going to be second down about, we're second and 10 it looks like right now. Second and 10 ball is on the 46-yard line.
And Eastwood's got some youth on their offensive line, just one senior, and that's Nissen. You got 3 juniors and a sophomore. And they don't quite have the size, a little undersized compared to Oak Harbor. There's Getz, he's going nowhere.
Yeah.
And they're trying to mix things up, but it's not working.
Just wasn't able to do anything there. Get an eye on that again. That just, I'll tell you what, it's Oak Harbor is just bringing strong. They're bringing strong. Kind of like almost like a delayed blitz, and they're just everybody's there.
Well, the Dowling twins are a big part of it. You know, the two of them, both of them 6'2". One weighs 5 pounds more than the other, but together they're 535 pounds. And, you know, when you got a duel like that.
Third and a whole lot.
And they're just staying on the ground. I'm surprised, I guess, after that interception, they don't want to throw. And now they're facing a fourth down and probably a punting situation. Already down 2 scores.
Pat, let's go back to that fourth down interception. That was basically a punt. If you think about it, you know,
but they were already on the 25-yard line.
I know.
I would have tried to throw. I don't know what if this and that. You know, I think he had some other receivers. I don't know. You know how many. You know, I'd have to look at that play to see who was available. McNulty just seemed to be going one direction the whole way. He was in double coverage. You know, Oak Harbor, you got to credit Oak Harbor's defense.
Right. And he's going to hold it right there.
Alexander calls for the fair catch.
25-yard line, fair catch, and 3:25 left to go here in the half. And it's time to say some thanks to Dave Schaefer and all the wonderful people here at Lake High School, because they put on one heck of a spread.
Oh my gosh!
And it's just so good for everybody.
And the workers from Lake School District and the volunteers and workers that come out and support these kind of events at Lake, and they're running regional volleyball, regional soccer, just amazing.
Oh, here he goes again, Alexander.
And you know what? They're probably not done here at Lake. You know, they're probably if they can do another playoff game, and OHSA will ask them to do one, they will do it.
Yeah, it's going to depend on the.
It depends on the team's playing and where they're at. You know, I don't think Central Catholic and Olentangy will be here. That'll be further south, but you know, who knows?
Second and about 3 for the Oak Harbor Rockets. And Alexander again takes it out over the 30, gets it out to about the 36.
First down, though. Just enough for a first down.
Yep.
And they're moving. They're under 3 minutes, and you might have to see them throw now. And I have to ask these officials, you move that ball right to the line, and I know a lot of officials like to do that just so they don't have to use that that marker, when you're measuring.
Oh, I got you.
He's got the tip of the football right on the line. I'm not too sure exactly that was the exact spot or not. And there he goes to Tyler May.
And clock's still running.
His top receiver. Oh, sure. Yeah, he stayed in bounds. I think he wanted to go out of bounds. So Cofield gets the tackle just before he goes out of bounds, which was smart. So they're getting down to 2 minutes. And they still got over half the field to cover yet.
Boy, I'll tell you what.
They still have 3 timeouts.
Yeah, Alexander wants
and they're using one right here.
That's a first down for Oak Harbor.
Yeah, the only good thing for Eastwood, the best thing for Eastwood.
First down for.
They call a timeout?
Well, just to move. They did not call a timeout. They stopped the clock just to move the chains.
Gotcha.
My bad. Which to me is a good rule. I like to see NFL go back to doing it. I think this crazy clock in the NFL too is another thing. It just drives me nuts. It's not even football.
Right. And Schulte with it again.
Schulte and Eastwood standing up here. They definitely want to keep it at least a 2-score game here if they can. So you got a timeout here.
There you
1:37 remaining. Of course, this gives Eastwood's defense a chance to rest too. So
21-7 is our score right now. 1:37 left to go here till a half. Mike Jamison along with Pat Eakin on the Toledo Sports Network, and we'll be right back. Stick around.
What can you expect from working with Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation? Our branch manager, Marty Bin, can help you navigate through the loan process with the service and speed you deserve. Contact Marty today to get pre-qualified. Make your home buying dreams a reality. Call 419-48.
$1:37 left to go here. The Rockets, Oak Harbor, basically in control of time, Pat, and have been able to make a lot of things happen just with controlling the time and controlling the destiny. Alexander has had an incredible game so far. I don't think he's thrown the ball, but maybe once or twice, right?
Yeah, and I think nobody has. Alexander and Schulte both over 100 yards each already. And we got a minute 30 left in the first half, and now Alexander's going to the pass, which they have to do, and wide open. Look at that. Wow, one play. He hits Ryan Rufer, 5'10", 165-pound senior, on the fly, just perfectly thrown. That shows you Jack Alexander's arm and why he's thrown for over 3,000 yards in his career. And you could just add another 50 yards to the 1,300 he's thrown this year.
Just beautiful.
He virtually owns the Oak Harbor School record book in passing. Just amazing. Just amazing quarterback. And we haven't had to see that tonight. And
Alexander again. And Jack's been you get a little worried on those, though. I mean, you know, as many times as he runs like that, you just hope and pray for him not to get hurt, you know.
Well, that would, yeah, we don't want to even go there. But, you know, if losing Alexander Schulte would be a big blow to Oak Harbor, like last night I had to see watch Anthony Wayne play without their quarterback Mason Alberts, who's just unbelievable speed. His speed is incredible. He doesn't even look human when he runs. And you know, we want to keep everybody healthy, but you know, right now, Oak Harbor wants to go up by 3 scores before the half, and they call another timeout. It's their second with 39 seconds remaining.
Perfect.
They came out of that first with a big pass play. So what are they going to have here?
We'll see. We'll be right back right here on the Toledo Sports Network.
Smoothbore Sporting Goods, 425 West College Avenue, Pemberville, Ohio, is your firearms specialist. We buy, sell, trade quality firearms and hunting supplies. Smoothbore Sporting Goods can help you with your technical support for all your firearms, along with professional repairs. Call them today at 419-287-7111 before your next weekend of hunting, and check out the newest firearms and hunting supplies before you head out. Smoothbore Sporting Goods, 425 West College Avenue in Pemberville, your one-stop hunting and firearms store.
Yeah, I don't know why they're not throwing.
And we are back here with 39 seconds left to go. 21-7 is our score. Oak Harbor knocking on the door right now. They're on the, I want to say they're on the 5-yard line maybe?
Yeah, 6-yard line, 3rd and 1. They can get a first down yet, which doesn't make things any easier for Eastwood.
No.
They have one timeout left, so they can still keep the ball on the ground.
At the 6.
And you may see Alexander trying to get a quick pass to someone here. No, he's pitching out to, there you go, Clay Schulte, 5 yards, a walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Oak Harbor. 3-touchdown lead for the Rockets just before the halftime.
Wow, let's look at that again. Just a nice little fade-in move right up the middle.
Yeah,
and that's been his baby all night tonight.
Blocking was there.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. It's just nice seeing a guy that is that big and has control that he has and able to do what he does.
Well, Caleb Heinz will add the conversion here, attempt. See if he can make it 21-point lead.
Ball's up, and it is good.
He's got a nice foot.
28-7 is our score. 35-second left to go here in the first half. We'll be right back as Oak Harbor's starting to do their thing, and we'll be right back.
Total Handyman Service. We are not your average handyman. We can do just about anything. No job too big or too small. We do it all, residential or commercial. We do all the dirty work. Remodeling, restoration, and renovating. Fully insured and licensed. Let the professionals at Total Handyman help you with your next project or fix-it-up project. Total Handyman Service, 419-367-8282.
28-7 is our score right now. Oak Harbor has basically done everything that I've seen them do the last 2 times I've seen them. They just did. It's basically 2 names, maybe 3, a little bit of but mostly the 2 names.
Well, Jack Alexander and Clay Schulte said, last year they got that league championship. They finished the year 10-1. Beat Marion Pleasant, first game in the playoffs this year. They won big over Beechwood last week. And Clay Schulte and Jack Alexander said they want to win a state championship. They said we don't even want to, if we're going to play, we want to play to week 15. And, this team may be a team to, win here, get them to the regional finals. So, bit of a return there.
Number 6, Isaac Cherry returns.
Cherry once again with the return, and so we get ready for the last 27 seconds here in the half. And I got to tell you, Pat, we've been doing a lot of stuff with Oak Harbor lately, and we've got basketball with Oak Harbor, the Oak Harbor girls that are going to be playing next Friday night against Rossford. We're looking forward to that game. You'll actually be able to watch that game live on the internet, and then we'll have it here too as Eastwood takes it, and more than likely that's going to be it for the half here.
Well, it's great you're getting support from the Oak Harbor community and communities that do support you and really want their kids to really like that opportunity to have your athletes play on television, Channel 13 CW. It's a great venue, a great way to go, and it's great that the Oak Harbor community is coming out.
They actually did get another playoff, and that is gonna end it right there. And our halftime right now, folks, 28-7. Pat, as you're walking in, what are some of the things that you, as a head coach, do you want to say now when you're down 3 touchdowns?
Well, you gotta say, listen, this game's not over. We have to figure out a way, and there has to be a way to stop the running game of Oak Harbor. And, I'm not a philosopher, and I know a lot of these coaches, they know how to deal with their kids. I know Craig Rutherford does, and so does his father Jerry, and they're going to have a message for him to prepare them for the second half. And they're not out of this game.
Oh, not at all.
3 touchdowns. They just got to find an answer on defense more than anything.
Well, folks, when we come back, we'll have the second half for you here. 28-7, Oak Harbor Rockets on top of the Eastwood Eagles, right here on the Toledo Sports Network.
A rewarding career begins with an apprenticeship in the piping industry. Our state-of-the-art training facility, combined with on-the-job training side by side with a journeyman, delivers the experience needed to become a professional plumber, steam fitter, or HVAC service mechanic. Avoid costly tuitions and student loans. Earn a competitive wage and college credit in an exciting trade. We are the Northwest Ohio piping industry, building the future through dedication, knowledge, and expertise.
And we welcome you here to the third quarter of this contest here, and we got Mike Jamison along with Mr. Pat Eakin, and 28-7, the Oak Harbor Rockets are kind of doing their thing. What do you think, Pat?
Well, I was talking to Mr. Chaika, and we decided Eastwood needs to be a second-half team. Yeah, well, he's on now, so he'll like having his name broadcast on Channel 13-2 CW here. He loves being a celebrity. He knows everybody everywhere. He traveled with them. Anyways, Eastwood came back and scored 2 touchdowns to beat Liberty Benton last week at halftime, after trailing at halftime. Mm-hmm. And we're talking about how they did a similar role in defeating Ottawa Glandorf early in the year.
Well, what we've been able to see so far is Alexander, for the quarterback for Oak Harbor, has just basically ruled his way and been able to do whatever he wants. And then you got Schulte right there. So Oak Harbor's got a big 1-2 punch.
Well, they're just amazing. Alexander and Schulte combined 3,000 total yards, and they're almost 4,000 on the year. And, yeah, Eastwood just has to find an answer to them, man. Oak Harbor's big offensive line. Blocking, getting around those blocks. That's all. So, we have Isaac Cherry return another kickoff, getting out to the 34-yard line. Eastwood will take over there. They need to score on this first drive. One at a time, score on every drive, stop Oak Harbor, do it again. Or maybe get a turnover, and I tell you, and Oak Harbor's not just big on offense; they're big on defense too. And
now this is not the kind of game, but there you go, right there,
right off the bat, and you have a different back in there. You don't have Getz.
That's Kwiatkowski. Watch this.
Yeah,
he's able to move really well inside there. Great run for Kwiatkowski.
Ethan Kwiatkowski, and
haven't been saying that name much.
No, we haven't seen him tonight, I don't think. So we've seen a steady dose of, and there you go. That's what they need to do right there. Is McNulty's got a nice arm. Why didn't he throw the ball? He's thrown for 970 yards this year. Okay, you only got 3 yards there, but don't give up. Actually, got 4. So don't give up on that. He can throw the ball well. He's got a good arm for a high school quarterback, and
the motivation.
They just have to depend on. Well, yeah, and he's thrown for 9. He's over 1,000 yards passing. That's pretty decent.
Right.
He's 970 coming to this game, and he's had some completions. So, stick with it. Stick with that a little bit, and open it up a little bit.
Is that McNulty again?
No.
That's number 5. He's moving things around here.
He sure is. He's kind of confusing us because he's had 2 different people. Maybe that was part of the halftime. That was Junior Heath Hagg, who usually plays split end. He's a junior, 5'8", 138. Not a real big guy, but he got through that line. So I don't even see. I see Getz back there. I don't see Pickerel or Glaze even in the backfield right now. So I don't know what that's all about.
I know we got a timeout on the field right now. We'll be right back with more right here on the Toledo Sports Network.
Adler Transmissions and Brake Shop, 106 South Main, Walbridge, Ohio. Your automotive parts and accessories #1 store. Your first stop for quality transmission repair for over 25 years. Adler's Transmission and Brake Shop has been providing Walbridge and all of northwestern Ohio with quality service. Adler's Transmission and Brakes, 419-666-1010. Proud sponsor of high school sports in northwestern Ohio.
Hi there, I'm Nick with A Plus Building Maintenance, your Toledo handyman. Do you need home repairs done? Not sure who to call? Here at A Plus, we install everything from light bulbs to roofing. We're fully licensed and insured to protect you. We're also a proud member of the BBB. Please visit us online at ToledoHandyman.com. There you can see many before and after photos along with other customer testimonials and ask your own home repair question. Any job big or small, A Plus Building Maintenance, 419-478-1542.
Troy Johnson of 5 Arrow Insurance. Local health insurance, life insurance, and disability insurance experts. Serving the Pemberville community for over 8 years. Troy Johnson of 5 Arrow Insurance. Front Street Cafe is a cute country-themed cafe located in Pemberville, Ohio. We have the best home-cooked breakfasts. Our soups and homemade pies are to die for. Our focus is to use local products here in Pemberville. Our meat comes from Frobos Meat Lockers daily, Herzl's canned tomato products, and our perch comes from Port Clinton. We have a very homey atmosphere, bringing joy to Pemberville one meal at a time. Come hangry, leave happy. Front Street Cafe. Gary Diefenthaler in DeSalle Real Estate has been helping families with making the correct decisions about buying or selling a home since 2014. His philosophy is simple. Clients come first, and you need to have a great fit with your real estate agent. Gary Diefenthaler is your trusted advisor and target marketing specialist. A graduate of Oak Harbor, Gary has volunteered for many years, along with watching his family grow up in the Oak Harbor area. Contact Gary Diefenthaler at DeSalle Real Estate today. Remember, any day is a good day to talk about real estate. Troy Johnson of 5 Arrow Insurance. Local health insurance, life insurance, and disability insurance experts. Serving the Pemberville community for over 8 years. Troy Johnson of 5 Arrow Insurance.
Hey, we're back. He didn't get it.
Oh, yes, he did.
Oh, at the last minute.
Second effort there. Nice. Spin around. Getting off the tackle.
Wow.
You know, that was Kwiatkowski again. That's just, what is this all about?
Well, that's how you win football games.
Well,
right?
you know what? That's right. Now I see Glazes back in there. I don't see Pickerel in the game yet. I didn't see any injuries first half. Remember, they were playing right up to the end of the half. So
I'm giving up on my play clock.
Maybe,
nice move.
Maybe they want to go smaller, quicker guys.
It's
Younger
working.
guys. Well, it's working. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Well, it was working before what they were doing. I mean, they were moving the ball. I just think, I think they need to mix the ball up a little bit more. So that was Heath Hag.
That's
Hag
Hag
again, yeah.
Looking at about 2nd and 6 on the 34 of Oak Harbor.
Yeah, they're moving the ball, and they've done that tonight, and they just need to finish it here. And there he is passing. Oh, and that's to Getz. Getz takes a tough tackle, but he gets up close where they got a manageable 3rd and 3 at the 31-yard line.
And see ya.
Yeah, that's a nice tackle, good form.
That's when you get to be
up
55. You have hip problem.
Well, at age 60, I can't do that. And my last year of football was freshman in high school, and then I played varsity soccer. So, I was a skinny guy, and somebody said, "Hey, we're going to have a soccer team."
But you got a hole-in-one.
I got a hole-in-one in golf in the golf league.
Right, I'm not stupid. I know.
Rick Chyka will attest for that. Better say his first name, get him all on the air, so we know who we're talking about. The people out there will applaud.
He is a pretty handsome devil, isn't he?
He is. He's a wonderful guy.
He's a handsome guy that came out of Eastwood.
He sent me a cease and desist order verbally about a year ago. Told me not to mention his name on the air, and now it's even going over television. So,
you're in trouble.
So he's going to be getting like emails and all kinds of stuff.
He's going to make a lot of money off you there.
Well, he can use that name, license it then.
Sure.
Yeah.
Moving things around, and we've got us a timeout. Probably a good timeout. What do you say? Yeah?
Yeah. Well, 4th and short. I mean, Eastwood's got to go. There's no doubt about it. Down 3 touchdowns.
Yep. We'll be right back right after this.
Mike Jameson and Jameson's Mobile Music would like to talk to you about your entertainment needs for your upcoming wedding or special event. For over 25 years, Mike has made wonderful memories, one event at a time. Professional sound and lighting and video for your special event. Call us today for an affordable package for your special day. 419-514-1302. Jameson's Mobile Music and Video.
8:17 left to go in the third quarter here. 28-7. Rockets in control. Pat Eakin. My best Pat Eakin. I can't do my Pat Eakin in the winter.
Well, you know,
that's a summer. That's one of my summer ones.
My voice sounds better than that.
I know.
Really,
That's
doesn't it?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I can't do it. I
I've
know.
learned to relax a little bit. You know, I mean, a little bit. I get
The
kind of
floor
tense.
is shaking,
This
folks.
is distraction. I'm nervous doing this with you, Jamo.
With
Kwiatkowski again. Oh yeah, first down. I mean, Eastwood really showing some determination here to get back in this game. And,
Oh, yeah.
You know, the question I have is, what about defense? Okay, let's get down there. Let's get the touchdown. What
Yeah.
about defense?
And that is the big concern because
Right.
you know, Oak Harbor can just go down and willfully score.
Does Eastwood have the horses to stop that big offensive line? Jack Alexander, Clay Schulte, and look at Glaze. He's stuffed. Big time by Oak Harbor's big guys up front. Bigger guys, even bigger than
I
him.
almost don't want to look at it. You know, it's like, oh.
Yeah. No, it's not even pretty to look at. Don't look. You might be reminded of that game
Blind
Thursday
ya?
night.
Does it blind you?
Yeah.
You can't
Well,
look, you
yeah.
can't look.
Well, especially if you went to Eastwood.
Yeah.
So
I went to Cardinal Strip.
I know
so,
you did. I know you did.
And
you beat
I
Libby
like-
in the
I did.
in the
We
C
did.
League.
I
Yeah,
beat-
that was great.
Yeah. We had a good
Now
old day.
Libby's not even in school anymore.
There he is again. I didn't get much on that one. He didn't get it. You know, it's so nice having instant replay again.
Yeah.
You know, I like this. It's
Yeah.
like the good old. Everybody says you got to have this giant truck and you got to have 14
You're supposed
guys.
to show this to replay after every play.
Not every play.
Well, that's what they do in the
No,
NFL and the
well.
pro.
Yeah,
That's
well,
how
they pull
get the
helmets
ratings
off
up.
and beat people up in the NFL,
they
too.
don't want to listen
so.
to us talk between plays.
This is true. I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
I give you a
one.
complete analysis like I know that much
No,
about
don't,
football.
no.
All right.
No.
McNulty's throw, wide open. That's Getz. And he's going. He
He's
breaks a
still-
couple tackles, and he
Beautiful.
down to the 10-yard line. Eastwood's on the move.
Well, let's see what you got here. Watch. And our instant replay. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Jay got that really well.
You got great cameramen.
Yeah, I do.
Look
I
at
do.
them focus in on that.
Mm-hmm.
Man, and just 2 cameras. That's fantastic.
We do a pretty good job.
I
for
say it's time
no-
to put a 3rd camera on the field.
I would love to. We need a few more sponsors. We need a few more Genoa Banks and Walt Churchills. That's an IBEWs. Oh.
Yeah.
I'm betting that's number 77, isn't it?
Yeah.
Was that? I couldn't tell on the camera angle there. Sure was. That kid is a beast.
Gabe Dowling,
Yeah,
one of the
Gabe
2
Dowling.
Dowling twins. The 2, Gabe and Will.
They're from Clyde, right?
Yes, they transferred from Clyde, and they got past the. At first, the OHSA said no, and they said, "Hey, we moved. Our family moved into this district."
Okay.
And they're both 6'2", and together they weigh, like I said, 535. There you go, end zone. Touchdown, Eastwood.
They needed that.
They needed that.
Yeah, big fan.
Boy, I don't know what the PA announcer took him about 5 minutes to get to that.
Yeah, watch this. Beautiful little scurry pass out there.
Emmett Getz
gets it done.
Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah, folks, that was a great way to start the second half.
So,
don't you think?
Chico, who's the parents of Emmett Getz? Do you know? Julie and Eric.
The Getz family.
Well, I've grown up with the family.
Okay.
Various.
We'll get this extra point. It looks pretty good there, folks.
So Connor Oberhaus.
Yes, 28-14 is our score right now. We'll be back with more right here on the Toledo Sports Network.
When the power goes out, your life is disrupted. Heat, air conditioning, refrigeration, phones, all gone. Want to take back control? A Generac home standby generator protects your home against power outages every second of
stand on defense.
28-14 is our score right now. 6:12 left here in the third quarter. We do here. I'll check on that third camera again. See it now. See, somebody stands in front of it when we put our camera up there, so we can't even do the clock now. So I'm gonna have to tell you, 6:12 left to go.
Well, that person wants their back on television pretty bad. So, anyways, what?
Hey, wait. That soup was phenomenal. Awesome soup. Sorry, I had to give the soup lady,
no soup for you.
No soup for you. Oh, that was delicious. Broccoli, potato.
Uh-oh.
Little bouncer. That could have been a problem.
That's one way you don't let them score touchdowns. You don't let them have the ball. I like that. You don't get a return from Jack Alexander either. I mean, 32-yard line, the kind of field position is better to live with than having Jack or Alexander or Clay Schulte return one, back to the 50-yard line or further. So now what does Eastwood have in store? What did Craig Rutherford and his father Jerry, mostly Craig.
Oh, nice move.
Yeah, I'm told mostly Jerry. He is the offensive line coach.
They could start their own ice cream company, Craig and Jerry's.
There you go.
I mean, could be some good stuff. We
son.
can come up with some great names for ice cream here for the
Rutherford family.
For the Rutherford.
Well, you have Connie, who's a gardener, who's Jerry's wife, who's the sister of Mike Gardner, the golf coach,
Sure.
and Randy Gardner. I'm sure she'd like to get in the ice cream business.
Second and about 2, and I think they might have got it here. Oak Harbor. And they got the first down. They're on the 44, 43.
They're going to their big backs when they need that little short yardage.
I'm sure Oak Harbor's game plan is, number one, keep the ball on the ground as much as they possibly can.
Keep the clock, and
let that clock roll.
Right.
Let the ponies run.
Keep Eastwood's offense off the field and their game plan is working 100%. Eastwood still, has not found an answer, and I don't see it yet this half.
Alexander,
somebody's got to stick Jack Alexander, and they did.
Yeah, that time they got him. Jack didn't even get one on that one. Can I say Jack didn't get squat? No.
Zach Kwiatkowski on the tackle there, just a 5'6", 162-pound junior, trying to get through this Oak Harbor line to make plays, and Zach Kwiatkowski did that.
Trying to get through this line would be like getting through Pat.
5'6", 162-pound linebacker.
Oh my goodness. Uh-oh.
And
he's a truck.
Trying to get. There they go. Oh, was there a face mask there? No.
Number 5. Once again, I'll tell you
he
what.
still got 3 extra yards out of that a lot of guys would not have gotten.
Oh, sure. Schulte
But, but you got 3rd down now and 5. This is a chance for Eastwood's defense to stand up big.
Yeah, they need to hold them this time just to make this a one-score game.
And like I said, Jack Alexander owns virtually all of Oak Harbor's school passing records, and they've hardly had to resort to that
pass?
tonight.
Are you thinking pass?
Well,
right
run or pass, or maybe a read option. Well, they don't. In the spread, I don't think they do it. They got to make a tackle right there.
They did,
and they do. They're here to play. Eastwood. They came out this half and. Like we said, they've been a second half team, 4th down, and I would think they would just go ahead and punt. Although you could see a fake. You could see a fake with 2 yards there.
They're going to go for it.
They got the punter out there.
Punter is there.
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, with 4th and 2, or at least try to get a delayed snap here and They don't even do that. So
Well, that
nice
turns
roll.
out- yeah, that turns out to be
Don't
a
touch
good
that
punt.
ball. 15-yard line for Eastwood. Can they mount another drive and make this a one-touchdown game?
2:56 left to go here in the third quarter, and we're enjoying this tonight. Got some great people up here, and then Chaika's up here too. So,
well, we have Rick Chaika and helping your staff tonight, Ron Hammond and Jay Pilkington. Get their names and helping you break down, tear down equipment. And Ron's run the camera a few times, done a good job.
Ron's done a good job. We took him down to Bishop Reedy. We did the Bishop Reedy.
That's right, the Bishop Reedy Genoa game.
Whoa, what a
down
night.
there at that racetrack in Columbus.
Boy, was that a nice place, though? Oh. Well, that time Glaze got his feet taken out from under him.
Yeah,
and,
how often have we
out.
seen that? Glaze just upended or pick roll.
Second and about 16 now.
So who do you think made the tackle there?
Probably one of those guys.
One of those old Garber guys. Clay Schulte.
Clay Schulte.
Hey, don't you think you get tired?
Nah. Not these guys. Not these guys. Not these guys. Now he's passing. He's going long. Gotta go.
Oh, he makes a
Oh,
catch.
I think he caught that.
Yes, he did. There's no review in high school. That's a catch no matter what.
Wow.
A
All
beautiful catch.
Let's watch this one. Let's watch this one. Let's see.
Laid out by Griffin Cofield. Senior.
Oh.
Beautiful catch. I think he had that. He had that all the way, too.
Beautiful, beautiful pass. And
That's
beautiful
only
catch.
Cofield's third catch this year. Although his first two catches were touchdowns.
That's always a good thing.
Yeah. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns.
Number 14, Ethan
And Kwiatkowski again gets himself a couple of yards.
Oh, yeah, Eastwood's just if you're an Eastwood fan now, you're feeling better.
Yeah.
You're feeling better.
Number 54, Austin Nissen picked him up like he was like he weighed about 2 pounds, and picked him up and kind of like his puppet there.
There goes Kwiatkowski. We're not seeing Pickrell at all.
1:26 left to go here in the third. 28-14 is our score. 3rd and 6.
And sometimes it comes down to who's better conditioned, too.
It's cold out there.
It is, and it's cold out there, and I just saw Will Dowling get up very slowly after that last play.
Well, here we go.
3rd and 6. They're staying on the ground. Kwiatkowski, he's close, but Eastwood's going to go. It's like we said, they're down 2 touchdowns. They got to go. They're going to go for it. They're going to try and convert.
Fourth down in about 2.
They got it. They got to keep going out there. They got to keep going.
45-yard line of Oak Harbor. This is a game. This is a game changer right here. This could be a game changer if you're a Eastwood fan
or an Oak Harbor fan.
Yeah, either way, you're right.
Oh, he's stuffed right there.
Yeah,
Going nowhere. Kwiatkowski at the line. Oak Harbor's defensive line. Now they get a short field.
Yeah,
and Eastwood's defense has to.
Yeah, they just.
Yeah. Boy, there's just a lot of determination there at the line to defend off blocks and.
Wow.
And there's that ball marked to the tip of the line, so we know we don't have to have a measurement here.
Looks like we have a change of downs. 1st and 10 for the Oak Harbor Rockets on their own 45. There he goes
Alexander.
again.
Yep. 8 yards.
Well, you gotta look at this way. I think we got a timeout. We do. We'll be back with more right here on the Toledo Sports Network.
Genoa Bank helped finance my great-grandfather's farm equipment.
Genoa Bank helped my grandfather with a small business loan.
My parents' home loan was from Genoa Bank.
And I manage my free checking account online with Genoa Bank.
Since 1902, Genoa Bank has helped generations of families. Many things have changed over the years, but our commitment to our customers has not. We care about their needs and the good of our community. At Genoa Bank, we take your banking needs personally. Stop by any of our 8 locations today.
"28-14 is our score. And, well, you know why that all happened there. Start of the fourth quarter, my friend.
Well, you know, I predicted in this booth that we'd probably be at a running clock based on the way that first half went at the end of the third quarter. And I have to admit, Eastwood has really stood up, kept Oak Harbor off the scoreboard in the third quarter. They're still 2 touchdowns back, and they still need to stop the Oak Harbor offense here on this drive. Schulte plows ahead, but for a first down, so.
Well, I got to once again say thank you to the great people here at Lake. They just do such a nice job accommodating us here. My buddy Kevin McCluskey's running the change tonight. Glenn's here, Forbush is here, all the guys are here tonight. So doing it up. Oh, Alexander
and he breaks a couple tackles and gets away, but Eastwood speed catches up with him.
Yeah, watch this. It's kind of a misdirection play right there, and he was able to.
Yeah, Lake Bowes and Blake Landis getting there, doing a great job. After Alexander broke away, initially Alexander and Schulte, you know, 2 guys played side by side. They played flag football together. Schulte, 2018-2019 SBC Bay Division Player of the Year. And for good reason. And there's Schulte right there, the football. And boy, he gets through there so fast. There's no delay or patience there. He just goes. It reminds me of those Liberty Center teams in the 90s that you didn't see patient running. You just saw get through that hole as quick as you can. And he's through there before you even can say count off a couple seconds. He's gone and into that backfield.
First and 10 again.
He doesn't need to be patient because that hole is there right away. He knows that it's going to be there. Alexander gets to the outside. You know, in the spread offense, he can pick where he wants to go, and he does that well. He reads the play and decides where he wants. You know, he took one out the left. I think originally he was going to try and find space inside. He may have had some design blocking inside to go through, but, you know, he's always got that second opportunity to head outside, and he's so fast.
Yeah,
picks up 5 yards.
2nd and 5 right now for the Rockets. 9:53 left to go in this contest.
Jack Alexander is JAC. There's no K. There's boy, it's Alexander Schulte show. And what else could you expect from Oak Harbor tonight? Jack and Clay.
Watch this. He just right up there. He finds that hole. And, boy, another first down for the Rockets.
You know, we talk about that Oak Harbor line, the Dowling twins, Gabe and Will, Aiden Hall, Reese Laughlin, Parker Smith. Parker Smith, 6'2", 285 senior. When you got that kind of size.
Did you say 285?
285, I said, yes, sir.
Wow. There goes Jack again.
And, you know, blocking isn't just about size. It's about form and technique. Have we had a holding call tonight? I have not seen one. No.
I don't think we have. I think...
2nd down and 4.
2nd and 4.
I'll ask these guys that rate officials. Have you guys seen a holding call should have been called tonight? No, they have not. That's discipline. One penalty all night.
One penalty
Yep,
all night.
All night. Both teams, you got to give credit there.
Wow. Oh, they're just both well-structured teams.
Well, high school teams, you got to give credit to the coaches and the player. And there's Schulte. There we go.
There's your mouth.
As soon as we talk, yes.
There's your first
and
flag.
where that went, that's a holding call. I
Yeah,
guarantee
that's coming
you.
back.
That's coming back. That's amazing. That's amazing.
We can watch that one too.
I mean, it was right at the point of attack. I was surprised to see the umpire throw it, too.
Yeah, right at the point of attack. Yeah, and the umpire threw it. Yeah.
They held 25, right?
Yeah, getting held was Mason Glaze, and that created the helped get Clay Schulte free and into the end zone. So, good call, guys. Good cause. He saw it up here too. So, we have a couple members from the district board up here rating the officials. So. And they wouldn't be rating if they didn't know their game.
They're having a ball.
Yeah, they're here to watch football just like us. And there's another
Oh,
penalty. As soon as we say
on,
one penalty.
Pat Eakin.
Oh, my.
Pat, you are.
Hey, don't blame me. Blame old Carver. They're making mistakes all of a sudden. March them back 5 more.
Wow.
Hey, this is what Eastwood needed.
Yeah.
Now you've got third and a second and 15. That first one obviously just brought the ball back 10 yards from the point of where the foul was, which made it 1st and 10. This one, and now you got a 2nd and 15 where, Eastwood's got a chance to capitalize. If they can make a couple plays on defense.
I think we might even have our. There it is, baby. We got it all now.
Yeah, you think the Cleveland Browns and Detroit Lions are playing there so many penalties in 2 plays.
Well, I'll tell you, with all the craziness that's been going on in sports right now, it's,
why do the Lions and Browns have 150 yards in penalties? It seems like every game.
Or the bigger question, why do the Lions or Browns have a football team?
Yeah, my buddy here suggested just moving the team back to Toledo.
Is that where they
Bring the
started?
Toledo Maroons back, played in the NFL in 34 and 36, I think, and just have one team for the both of them, and hell, we'll win. We'll win.
Oh, here we go.
get the
What are
Super
we
Bowl.
getting? What are we getting here?
Cleveland, Detroit can't do it. We'll do it here in Toledo.
What is our? I missed it.
I have no idea. Their officials are talking.
Well, they got the guy. He did this.
I didn't see a flag, so I didn't see. I think he's just telling the players to push back. Okay, things are set. We're playing football.
All right.
Oak Harbor fans yelling, "Let's go!" It's cold, yeah. And nowhere. Yeah, I think that's Schulte. Yes, it is. And they got him right at the line of scrimmage, even a yard back. Yeah. So 8 minutes remaining. Eastwood still down by 2 touchdowns, but playing a
3rd and
solid
15.
football game here the second half. They've outscored Oak Harbor by a touchdown, but they're still down 2.
3rd and 15. I got to thank Rich Stewart, my cameraman out there. He got the other camera back from the people that were standing in front of it, so we got a clock again. How about that? And he's going to pass. Alexander puts it in the end zone. Not that time. That was beautiful, though.
Yeah, it looked like he was there. Just missed his target by just a tad. There it is. Yeah, just. Oh. Yeah, he just missed it. Just overthrew him just by about a yard or 2.
As my buddy Don Knotts would say, missed it by that much.
That's not
Don.
Get smart.
No,
It's
get
Don,
smart, Don.
Yeah.
Missed it by that one. Maxwell Smart. There you go. Sorry.
Yeah. Don Adams.
Don Adams. That's it. You're right. Hey, we got a timeout. Ooh, save me from Don Adams. That's a good thing. That was a good thing. We'll be right back right here on the Toledo Sports Network.
On the job for you for over 100 years. You need a career. You need a future. Local 8 can help you make it happen. Join the men and women who build our community. Become a part of a proud tradition. Build your career. Build your future with the brothers and sisters of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Union 8. We're on the job for you.
We're on the job for you. We're the local IBEW.
Oh, boy, we're talking World War II and...
yeah, we're talking about Get Smart.
Get Smart.
Great television show.
Yeah, that wasn't World War II.
No, but they took a lot of...
That was Cold War 60s.
Right.
That's what that was.
Right, but Chaos kind of had a little bit of a German flavor along with a Russian flavor.
It's all MeTV's fault. All these old shows we're all watching now because there's nothing good on TV.
Well, that's right. That's what we watch. Is people in our 50s and 60s. We're watching classic television.
Exactly.
24 hours.
Or you can watch my TV shows. I'm on at 12 o'clock.
I actually prefer that over the NFL. So
you prefer my TV shows?
Your
Let's
TV
Fix Her
shows,
Up and
Jameson shows. Yeah.
And JMO's. Hey, we got another timeout here.
Yeah, they don't want to play football, do they?
Pat said that. We'll be right back.
For the holidays, make Walt Churchill's Two Markets your holiday headquarters. You'll find all the tasty, sure-to-please party trays and fixings to make your entertaining a great success. We specialize in USDA Choice, USDA Prime, and dry-aged Wagyu beef to ensure flavor and tenderness for any event. You'll find a great selection of domestic and imported beers, wines, and spirits, too. Make Walt Churchill's Markets your holiday headquarters. Check us out at waltchurchillsmarket.com.
Something 28 left to go in this contest. 28-14. 14 points. Things could change here, Pat.
Well, they have changed. Eastwood still in this game. 2 touchdowns down. 4th and 15. Oak Harbor's obviously in 4-down territory. This big play right here.
Going long and
Clay Schulte, touchdown. Boy, that's the backbreaker right there.
Wow.
Nice pass. Well-designed play. Flying up that left sideline, and with Schulte's speed, nobody. All he had to do is put that thing on target, and it was there.
That's exactly what he did, too. Watch this here in the replay. Wow. 4th and 15 was able to make that happen. Great, great stuff. 34-14, 7:22. And I don't know, Pat. Is that I don't know. What do you think on that one?
Well, that may be the death blow to Eastwood. Down 3 scores with 8 minutes less than 8 minutes remaining. Oh, he missed the kick. I don't know how much difference that could possibly make by the time Eastwood's got to figure out a way to get 3 scores now in 7 minutes and 22 seconds. So
yeah, that makes it tough. That definitely makes it tough.
Oak Harbor's defense has been up to the task tonight. So
well, we're going to see what's going on here. We got a little more going on, and we'll be right back with more on the Toledo Sports Network. Troy Johnson of 5 Arrow Insurance. Local health insurance, life insurance, and disability insurance experts. Serving the Pemberville community for over 8 years. Troy Johnson of 5 Arrow Insurance. 34-14. Oops. Mike Jameson along with Pat Eakin here. Basically, this is, we kind of came out of retirement for the football season here, and we're glad we put this together. It's a wonderful game.
I admit I'm a little rusty at this, but it's not like I was doing it every week like I was. I wish I was. I am going to do the
you'll be doing that
basketball game next Friday, Oak Harbor and Rossford. That'll be fun.
I'm excited, and we'll see what happens. Look at this.
Isaac Cherry getting a little bit of
Cherry did nice on that.
Gets up to the 35-yard line. Nice return, 20 yards from the 15.
Is that your wife? That's not okay. Rick Chaika has friends. I'm finding that out.
He's hearing his name on the radio. We're not on the radio.
Yeah, sure we are. In the newfangled way of doing things, we're on the radio.
Okay, we gotta quit saying Rick Chaika's name.
All right, we'll never say Rick Chaika's name again. As they get a 2-yard gain on that here, maybe 3. Ball's going to be on 35.
He's in the press box, so you know.
Yeah, how'd that happen? He's not on all the lists.
I have to talk to Dave Schaefer.
Or does he have like a gold card? He's got a gold card.
He's got a gold card.
He can go wherever he wants. That's how I figured.
He's got a senior card he got from
Chaika.
AAA or something.
Chaika's always one of them guys. He always gets the card. He doesn't even have to ask. He's got the card, you know. It's like there's 2 bags of popcorn left, and Rick will get them both. I know.
So McNulty goes out to throw, but he scatters, scrambles for a few yards, gets up to the 42-yard line. 3rd and 3 for Eastwood. They got to get a first down here.
Yeah, this is Eastwood has to do anything because if Oak Harbor gets the ball, they have to score here.
And time
is of the essence.
We're down to 6:15 in the game. 3 touchdowns down.
Mm-hmm. Take it out the side. I think they might get the first. Yeah, they got the first down.
That's Glaze getting the first down, and he got out of bounds with 6 minutes remaining. They did stop the clock.
Special thanks to Patricia Kovac, attorney at law, Troy Johnson and 4 Arrow Insurance at Front Street Cafe in Pemberville, Smooth Bore Sports Shop, and Gary Diefenthaler and DeSalle Realty. Help them make things happen here.
So we have not seen Pickerel the second half, so Eastwood's down another running back.
And
that's always not good when you've lost 2 running backs. One has 1,700 yards on the year. One has 1,100 yards on the year. And
we haven't heard anything.
And neither one. No, we haven't. I never saw an injury. I played up to halftime, so.
Yep.
That's
2nd and 8.
Eastwood is playing down 2 major skill players here tonight. McNulty, a nice pass, wide open to Glaze, and Glaze gets down to the 27-yard line. And that's what I'd like to have seen more of, this, especially this half on a few occasions. Even in the second quarter, I'd like to have seen more of that. After he threw this interception, they just stuck with the ground game, and I felt like they need to just come back out and get him a couple quick passes, and just, he's definitely got a good arm. He handles the football well and throws it well. Yeah.
All right.
And he was under too much pressure from Clay Schulte and from Gabe Dowling. Clay Schulte getting in there from his linebacker position. A guy likes to play football when he's going 2 ways and doing the kind of damage he does tonight. Schulte and Alexander, both sides of the football. And this is probably much their game. I mean, their names are tied to everything that's going on here tonight.
McNulty's he's gonna hold.
Yeah, he didn't have. I think he was going to throw, but he didn't have much choice.
Third,
got a yard or so. Yeah, they're right about the line of scrimmage.
Is that what they're saying? 3rd and 10. Yeah.
Reese Laughlin, 6'1", 250-pound defensive end on the tackle on that play. Makes the play and facing a 3rd and 10. We're just over 4 minutes remaining. So, and there's a Kwiatkowski, right side.
Getting a little bit out of it there, just a little bit. Hey, we'll watch this in the replay here. He's going to break one. He's going to get out there. He's going to break one before the night's over. Got a feeling tonight this is it right here. Floors are shaking, man.
So we do have features coming to the press, both by Mark Griffin on Jack Alexander and Austin Nissen in this week's issue. And Unique Smith wrote a nice feature on Clay Schulte, and read about some of the feelings that you know, what about Jack Alexander and Clay Schulte, and you know, it looks like Oak Harbor's got a good shot at moving on and taking on the winner of Marion Pleasant and Orville next week in a regional final. And
I know we got a lot of people asking. We can't do that game. I would love to do that game. We just can't. We just can't. It's just, I wish we could.
And I think this is now. I think it's getting a little bit late for Eastwood to get 3 scores. We're just looking at Eastwood trying to punch it in the end zone one more time.
Well, this comes back to what you were talking about the passing game. You know, they got to do some passing right here, and at least use it as an option. And when they went with the option plays, things were working pretty well for them.
Well, in the playoffs, a lot of time.
And well, he went down. He went down hard.
In the playoffs, a lot of time you got to be a two-dimensional team.
Yeah.
One-dimensional doesn't work.
Right. And we're looking at about second down, and are we going to look at 15 or no? Second and
3rd and 11. They got a chance to get a first down. We're 2.5 minutes remain in the game. Eastwood's trying to punch it in. They've got two more downs here. McNulty gets it out to Getz, who's trying to get yard, and he got the first down, or he's close to it. Real close to it. About a yard short.
About 4th and 1.
4th and 1. Tackled by Clay Schulte. His game is both sides of the ball. It's Clay Schulte, Jack Alexander, and these big horses that Oak Harbor has in their offensive line and
they're shaking
their
the floors.
linebacker. Wykowski does not get the first down. And, for Oak Harbor is about, making a statement, keeping a 3-score game. 34-14 looks good going to the next round. They'll take over on downs. Minute 30 remaining.
I gotta say, Jay just is popping out on that moon. Look at that moon. Is that not gorgeous? He's got it on camera. That is just absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, we're gonna kneel this one out, folks.
Yeah, is Eastwood even going to use a timeout? I kind of doubt it. Shaking hands. A lot of these kids know each other. Eastwood, Oak Harbor, not that far apart. Used to be in the same league for a long time. They've always been rivals. They play non-league a lot of years, and maybe you'll see that come back. Obviously, this year it did.
They're talking about it. Get him in the NBC, huh?
I suppose that could happen. I don't speculate on that. I can't imagine the gate is real good with the teams they're playing. I do know I was told that they had a phenomenal gate back in the days of the Suburban Lakes League. That was the one good thing about it, but they were playing smaller schools then. Now you have Fostoria, Lake, Rossford, who weren't in the league then. And, someday we may see Maumee or somebody come in. That may be enough to entice Oak Harbor.
And it kind of looks like we're going to end this one here, folks.
They're walking off, Mike. This game's over. 34-14. Rockets win advance to get the winner of Marion Pleasant and Orville. Orville, always a big, tough, hard.
We've seen them play many
team.
times.
Marion Pleasant, a perennial contender. That's who Oak Harbor beat last year.
Yep.
First round of the playoffs. It's who Eastwood has faced many years.
2 years ago,
times.
Eastwood
beat
played
in the regional final, blew them out.
Yeah.
And on their way to the state championship game. And either one, I'm sure, it'll be interesting. Rematch between Oak Harbor and Marion Pleasant would be interesting. Orville, good luck.
Yeah.
I've seen some Orville teams in the past that are just big and mean and nasty, and you think you got a good football team, and all of a sudden here comes Orville.
Uh-huh.
So,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, we've had a lot of fun with this year with the Toledo Sports Network, and special thanks to Jason Klocko and Steve Tibbetts and everybody over at CW13 were able to get us back on TV and getting this game back to where we needed it to be. And when we come back, we'll talk a little bit about what's going on here and what we've got coming up here in the future. And we'll be right back with more right here on the Toledo Sports Network.
Smoothbore Sporting Goods, 425 West College Avenue, Pemberville, Ohio, is your firearms specialist. We buy, sell, trade quality firearms and hunting supplies. Smoothbore Sporting Goods can help you with your technical support for all your firearms, along with professional repairs. Call them today at 419-287-7111 before your next weekend of hunting, and check out the newest firearms and hunting supplies before you head out. Smoothbore Sporting Goods, 425 West College Avenue in Pemberville, your one-stop hunting and firearms store.
Our final tonight, 34-14. Oak Harbor is going to advance. And, Pat, I'll tell you, what we've gotten to see this year is some tremendous running in the Northern Buckeye Conference. Most of the games we do are in the Northern Buckeye Conference. But we've had the pleasure of watching Oak Harbor play Rossford and play Genoa. And that Jack Alexander is probably one of the best quarterbacks I have seen in a long time. He reminds me a lot of Jake Plants out of Genoa last year. And but the kid is big, and he's just so able to move the ball, and he's very smart on the field.
Well, he's a confident player, and Mark Griffin wrote about in his feature, and you can read it in the press this week about Jack, that he likes to be in charge. He likes to be. He's been quarterback 3 years, first team, 3-year starter quarterback. Also plays free safety. Mark writes that he has an uncanny ability to make difficult things play routine, and Mike May says that we know week in and week out he's going to do his job and do it well. He's also going to make some of those plays that typical kids won't make. He had one of those last Saturday in the win over Beachfield when he avoided the rush, looked at multiple receivers, and bought enough time to find a guy in the end zone. And he says that's probably a play that Jack would make, and that's what you see tonight. He's smart, and he does things so well. And he owns the school passing record book, 6 school passing records, thrown for 3,172 career yards, coming into the night and 43 touchdowns. He didn't need to throw a touchdown pass tonight, but he did. Mm-hmm. He has 43 touchdowns, just 12 interceptions during his career, none this year in 12 games.
Incredible.
No interceptions this year.
Wow.
And he's also rushed in his career, 2,500.
He's an incredible runner.
That's 5,000. That's almost 6,000 yards of total offense Jack Alexander has brought. And wow. I kind of wonder if Clay Schulte's I don't want to create a little bit of
there you go.
But Jack Alexander, you could almost make an argument that Jack Alexander and Clay Schulte should have been offensive players of the year, co-players of the year in the SBC Bay Division this year. So.
Well, we're really excited. We'll be starting basketball up this week. Over to our website at ToledoSportsNetwork.com and check everything out. We're planning an 80-game schedule. We did 77 games last year. We're going to try and do 80 games plus. We're going to try and get some Cardinal Stritch games in there too. We've got some Oak Harbor games we're going to be doing in there. They've asked us Lake, Rossford, Genoa, and there's just Eastwood's got some great basketball that we're looking forward to doing, and those games you can actually watch live online. We're able to do those games live online. You can put them on your your TV. You flash them up to your TV now, and you can watch them in HD, and they look pretty darn good. And then you get to listen to Pat Eakin and me.
Hey. Yeah, I don't know. You
got a hole-in-one. So
yeah, there you go. Okay, well, you can listen to the guy that got the hole-in-one.
There you go.
Which, I know people that have like 10 of them. So
it's funny. I was walking down to you know, go use the facilities and talking to some of the people and everything here and talk. And I had some of the girls from the Lakes basketball team come up and, hey, are you going to do some games? Yeah, they're all excited for us to do them. So, this Friday night coming up, we'll have Lake taking on Northwood right here at Lake. And then we'll be at actually Mick Gonzalez and Josh Harris will have to call on that one. And then you and I will be at Oak Harbor, Rossford.
Yeah, can't wait.
That's going to be a good game.
Hey, I'm hungry for some basketball.
Yep.
Yeah, that'll be great. It'll be great.
I can't thank you people enough for being a part of all that we're doing. Once again, we had some new sponsors that came on from the Eastwood area, from the Oak Harbor area, Residential Remedies, Total Handyman, Gary Diefenthaler, and DeSalle Realty. Smoothbore Sports Shop in Pemberville. Alan's a great guy. And Joy and everybody over at the Front Street Cafe in Pemberville. Troy Johnson at 4 Arrow Insurance in Pemberville. Patricia Kovac. Dee Dee, she's an attorney that wanted to help out. And Walt Churchill and all the great people at Churchill's Markets that came in, along with Fairway Mortgage, Schneider Sons Electric, Gladio Do It Best, Genoa Bank, Silver Moon Soda, Grill, and A+ Home Improvements, and Fast Track Performance, and, of course, IBEW and UA50. Hey, thank you very much for being part of what we're doing here. And, Pat, I will see you in just a few days.
All right. Thank you, Mike.
We'll be back very soon. Thanks for watching your final once again tonight. 34-14. Oak Harbor is going to go on to the regional finals, and we'll see you on the flip side right here on the Toledo Sports Network.
For the holidays, make Walt Churchill's Two Markets your holiday headquarters. You'll find all the tasty, sure-to-please party trays and fixings to make your entertaining a great success. We specialize in USDA Choice, USDA Prime, and dry-aged Wagyu beef to ensure flavor and tenderness for any event. You'll find a great selection of domestic and imported beers, wines, and spirits, too. Make Walt Churchill's Markets your holiday headquarters. Check us out at waltchurchillsmarket.com.
Well, folks, starting out our 27th season. 27 seasons.
Good job.
We're getting there. We're getting there. Steve Naylor over at Seagate, and you know, for the home, and that's kind of what we're talking about here. You know, you guys did some work for me. You know, I'm poor as a. I'm not a rich man.
No worries.
Pretty good looking. I'm not a rich man. Anywho's, I had terrible gutter problems here at this house. And obviously, folks, when I bought this house back in 2011, this was my dream house to fix up on Let's Fix Her Up. Obviously, I got sick, and we're back to normal now. Right. And starting to do some stuff. But I talked to you. The gutter systems here, and a lot of my friends are talking about the fact, it's just time for a change. They don't last forever.
No, they don't. They absolutely don't. And if you don't keep up on them, they can cause you so many other problems.
Yeah.
Rotten fascia, they can back up into your roof line. They can absolutely destroy your foundation. So the gutters are actually really, really huge, and I think people overlook them. And let them go.
Yeah.
For too long.
Yeah, I know. Well, it was so weird, and really what happened with mine, my house is in a wind tunnel.
Absolutely.
So when just the way the house is, and we're in it right now. During the middle of winter, you get ice up there. You get the ice dams because sometimes they happen, and it literally ripped it just took the whole thing right off.
Right. So we can take a look at that after we're done here. Your attic insulation and ventilation has a lot to do with the ice damming. So we can discuss that.
I'm really lucky.
That's a whole other show.
That's a whole other show. Well, the one good thing about this house when I bought it is it's not 2x4 walls. Okay. Everything is 2x6 here.
Excellent. Okay.
So you know what my gas bill was last year?
I don't know.
$300.
Wow.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
That's nice. Yeah. So it works out real well there, but I think you're right though. From the I get a little worried about that. And then every once in a while I smell a little mold when I'm upstairs. That's not a good smell, is it?
No, we need to address that.
Yeah. Well, that's the things we're doing now. You guys came over, and the one thing that I thought was so cool about your system with your gutters, it's one piece.
Yeah, it's a seamless gutter system. I mean, you can do.
There are many people that do that.
You've got to have the machine.
Sure.
You can buy pieces, or you can have somebody come out, run them out, and weld them and caulk them and do different things. But and zip them together. But really, you want seamless. So that's what we did here, and there's different widths. There's 5-inch and there's 6-inch. So you really got to take into consideration all these things, and then the downspout placement. You know, you just don't want to just go start throwing up gutters. They got to have a good pitch on them, and a lot of things to look at too. And then the trees. If you got a lot of trees in your areas, gutter covers. If your gutters get clogged, they're going to back up into the roof and you know, do some rotting of the fascia. So a lot of things you need to take into consideration. It's just not throwing up gutters.
No, we Allison, who works with us here in our show, works over at Levis Commons. We do a lot of work on her house, and she's over in the White House Waterville area, and incredible amounts of trees around her. Now I don't have tree problems here, but hers, it's to a point now they are full. They're just totally full, and so we're going to be looking into doing that too.
Okay.
And something that I wanted to ask you is we just did the front here on my house. They got the old, or them like aluminum nails.
Right, so they're the long spikes. They call it spike and furl, and it just gets spiked in, and if you get a little bit of weight on that or a little bit of freeze and thaw, it works itself out, never works itself back in, works itself out. So they came up with what's called a hidden hanger. And this is what we use. We don't use any of the big spikes anymore. And this actually clips underneath the front lip and clips onto the back, and you've got this long screw, and that whole screw goes into the fascia. And these are incredible. The way they hold the gutter close and tight to the fascia board, and they never ever back out. So these are the only type of hanger that we use.
You guys set me up with some of them just to my front piece here. And by the way, when I show this footage, you can see where it's all rotting out because that's all coming.
Right.
But we put some of them in to get rid of those stakes.
Yeah.
And it just completely changed the whole. And I mean, it's ugly. It needs to be fixed. We all know that.
Right.
But what you were able to do with that. Now, do you guys help people out like with retrofits like that? Maybe they don't need a gutter that day, but they just need like something like that to go in there.
Yeah, I mean, that's something we can talk about.
Sure.
You know, a lot of times if the gutter has been hanging, you know, there might be a kink in it, or the caps might be off and leaking. And if they've gone too far, you don't want to go into rottenwood. You know, you definitely don't want, and you keep seeing those spikes back out every year, and you got to hit them back down, but that's because you might have a little bit of rotten wood. And rotten wood, you know, you're talking about mold, and so it's just something, you know, we just need to take a look at it.
And that's the great thing about Seagate. And you know, as we get going into this year, Steve and I were just talking about what you guys do with siding. And we're going to completely side this house. And will you be able to work with me? I've got this. I want to put stone right here.
The cultured stone, absolutely.
Yeah, you know
that's
how
a
to
great
do that.
look.
Yeah,
that's a great look.
But I got to tell you, I said it. And he kind of grinned when I said it. I want my house barn red. I want that just deep, dark red with the white. You know, there's not many houses in Rossford like that. You know, but it's just something that I want to do. And you don't think it's. Is it okay? You don't see a lot of that.
Yeah, a lot of times those darker colors will have issues with the sun.
And we got a ton
and
of
you
sun.
get a sun, yep. So
maybe
you have to start looking. I don't know. You know, we just need to maybe look at some of the warranties on the on the siding and the materials that we choose. You know, make sure that it's because there's different grades. You know, and if you go with a cheap grade,
we wouldn't.
It's going to fade, and actually the sun can warp it. You know?
Really?
So yeah, so we just need to take a really close look and move forward from there.
Gonna have a little van down by the river.
There you go.
We would say, that would solve every problem right there.
Yep.
Seriously, Steve, thank you for all the years you guys have been with us. Now we're getting into these projects and starting to do some stuff, and I want to see you digging up, not you personally, but I want to see them digging, putting a foundation.
We've got them going on every week. Let's take a close look and at the schedule, and we'll get you on one next week.
And that's another thing too. You want to make these phone calls now. Start doing your prep time and it's not just you.
Right.
Everybody. Gosh, you probably we could do an ad right now if you want to be a roofer or you want to work, because I'm sure you got.
Yeah, we've got plenty of work for very skilled labor. Is what we need.
Yeah.
And so call the office if you're looking for a job.
There you go. That's what this is all about. Local TV at its best. Steve, buddy,
thank you very much.
He's a good man. He's a good man. I've known him forever, and
Had a lot of fun this summer, and now it's time to go back to work.
Absolutely.